I did not care.
The end of Oak Street.
What?
Did not care for
The end of Oak Street.
So Saturday I watched The End of Oak Street, and I really did not like it. Now, if you enjoyed it, or if you really had a good time with it, then that's amazing. I'm really glad you did, because I don't want to take that away. I'm not saying that's invalid. Now, that being said, I really did not like it, and I think Dinosaurs deserve a lot better than that movie. I guess to start out, I'll just start talking about the dinosaur stuff. I hated the designs. I know there's a lot of discourse about them just being Jurassic Park knockoffs, or Jurassic World knockoffs, because I guess ILM did it. I don't know. I didn't really look up any of the dinosaur names. I thought it was Brachiosaurus in the film. Apparently it was Camarasaurus. But the feather situation is so insulting to me, because it feels like for years they've heard us say, hey, we want feathers in our dinosaur movie. And they were like, oh yeah, you want feathers? We'll have everything with feathers. Now you have a brachiosaur looking thing, or Camarasaurus, or whatever it was. It's got these rat-like feathers that are so cool looking, and look how scary they are. And look at that Coelophysis looking thing, and it's got feathers too, but they're the exact same type, and they look really ugly, and I hate them. And also, you've got the Allosaurus, and he's got those feathers too, and isn't that amazing? Everything's got feathers. Isn't that exactly what you wanted? It's like, no, I didn't want that. I wanted real looking animals. And that's another thing, is that proportions were so weird to me. I feel like that might just be a me thing, but I was watching it and I was like, the Spinosaurus, spoiler alert, Spinosaurus is in this movie, which again feels like them dangling keys. It's like, oh, look at Spinosaurus, you like Spinosaurus, right? Like, you like it, right? It feels like it's it feels like they just put a bunch of dinosaur photos on the wall and threw darts at which ones to include in this movie. But yeah, when I see the Spinosaurus in that one scene where it's next to the pool and it drinks, and I just remember they show this giant wide shot of it, and it looks so off to me. I don't know what it is. And maybe it's not, maybe it is just a me thing, but like, even the Coelophysis looking things were incredibly weird looking to me. And they were obviously enormous, which is, it's a staple of dinosaur movies, is to over exaggerate everything. But again, Spinosaurus being in the Jurassic period, or vice versa, Allosaurus and all these other animals being in the Cretaceous, I don't know what time period it was supposed to be, which is crazy. It just feels so careless. It feels so unnecessary and so lazy, I guess. It feels like sludge. The whole movie just felt like sludge to me. Of just, you know what? I don't want to be completely negative. I really liked the beginning of the movie for sure. I loved the first probably half hour to 40 minutes, honestly, until the dinosaurs show up. I thought the family dynamics were really good. I liked them setting they were really being slow with the build-up and the suspense, and I really liked it. I didn't think I was going to, and I ended up really enjoying that part. And the family acted like a real family to me. I love the fact that, like, when the power goes out, they're all worried about the groceries, spoiling, and the mom, even Anne Hathaway, has a moment where she closes the fridge really quickly. I thought that was really funny. I think it was really endearing, and it was really real. And then the time stuff starts happening, which is really cool. Like, a lady finds a prehistoric plant in her backyard, and it's like, what in the heck is this doing here? I think that was super neat. And then, they actually go back in time, that big earthquake thing, the big time earthquake or whatever it's called. They go back in time, and immediately they hear like screams off in the distance. So something's going down. You're like, oh shoot. You're like, oh god, the dog's outside. They better get that thing in there. And then the fact that, like, they wake up in the morning, little details, like the fact that they wake up in the morning and it's like humid and hot, and it's like they're all like, oh my god, why is it so hot? I thought stuff like that was really neat. And then they start showing the dinosaurs, and it just felt like sludge just dripping down, just CGI sludge, just gray, annoying, terrible sludge. I think one of the things that really bothers me in that movie is that the first dinosaur I think they meet, if I'm correct, is the Coelophysis, and it immediately starts trying to kill them. Anne Hathaway's character goes to the neighbor's house, and she finds her dead, uneaten, with a shotgun. So she picks the shotgun up. The Coelophysis doesn't eat the fully, intact corpse, which no other animal has found somehow, and it instead chases after Anne Hathaway, and there's one chasing Ewan McGregor. So she shoots that one, and then it just limps after them. and it keeps chasing them. They come across a lady who comes out from her porch and is like, "What's going on?" And she immediately gets eaten, and then it just hobbles after them again. I don't understand. It's literally injured and dying, or it's so severely injured that it's limping, and it's still hobbling after them. I think that's the thing that is so insulting. I guess insulting is maybe not the right word. Maybe that's too pretentious, but it's so unrealistic, and it took me out of the movie immediately. And that's a big thing with the carnivores in this movie. It's just a stereotypical, the carnivores are just mindless killing machines that just everything that moves they waddle after, or they try to. It's exhausting. Just every single carnivore is constantly hungry all the time, always trying to kill the main characters. Just the animal behavior in this movie is atrocious. It's just, like, for instance, Ankylosaurus is in this movie for 4.5 seconds. Ankylosaurus, the thing that is basically a walking tank, in this case looks like a Jurassic World ripoff, just absolutely no diffed by like an Allosaurus. Immediately, just to show how big and bad the Allosaurus was. I think that really, really bothered me a lot. And I know that might not bother everybody. I think the time period thing is also a huge thing. I think I mentioned it earlier, but that stuff bothers me. I know it's obviously very personal to me. Not everybody is gonna be that bothered by it. And I watched the movie in a crowded theater, and a lot of people really, really seemed to enjoy it. And after it was done, they were like, "Wow, what a great movie." But if you're a dinosaur fan, which is what this movie is attracting, and it's gonna have a guaranteed audience, if you're a dino nerd, I should say, you're gonna have a lot of problems with this movie. And it feels like this movie wasn't made for us, which I guess, it doesn't have to be, but you should at least keep that in mind, I guess. If you're gonna have, if you're gonna make a Wild West movie, don't put an AK-47 in it. Don't mess with stuff wasn't true. And I'm not saying I could do better. I am trying to make my own dinosaur series. I'm not saying I could do better. I'm not trying to pretend like I know how to fix this movie, but I'd at least like to try to do better. I hope I can do better than this. And I know that's not, I don't mean to be pretentious, but I feel like that's something I feel very strongly about. Random other thoughts, I guess. I feel like the mom and the dad's character arc was pretty bad. I don't like how they were in life-threatening situations the whole movie, and they get in this big fight, and it's almost marriage-ending, and the kids are, they're traumatized because they're hearing their parents fight, and the parents go out to find the kids, and, they still hate each other, and then all of a sudden they're in the car because there's a stampede, and they're hiding from the dinosaurs in the car, and all of a sudden they're looking longingly into each other's eyes. It's like that had no resolution. They only did that so they could kill Ewan McGregor's character in a shock moment, and so that you could feel bad about it. They literally have this manipulation going on where they're like, "Look how great Ewan McGregor's character is. Oh, he's standing in front of two Brachiosauruses mating. Look how funny that is. Ha! It's so cute." Boom, he's dead. Boom. And I think a lot of people probably appreciated that moment where he dies in a very shocking way, because it's supposed to show, the characters don't have plot armor. Anybody could die. It didn't feel like that at all to me. It just felt disturbing and weird. It just felt wrong. Look at Jurassic Park. Alan Grant doesn't get freaking stomped on by a Tyrannosaurus in that movie. It doesn't make the movie worse at all. Ian Malcolm survives. Maybe some people would argue that's bad. It doesn't ruin the movie. It's one of the best. It's the best dinosaur movie ever made to this day. This movie is definitely not Jurassic Park, and they put that moment in, and it's supposed to be this big shock value moment, and they undo it by the end anyway. So what was the point of that? I guess some other unorganized random thoughts. The part of this movie, the moment I realized this movie was truly stupid was when we were halfway through it and there were still people outside, like constantly. There were still people running from dinosaurs in the middle of the movie. There was, it had been days by this point, and we know, or at least maybe a day by this point, but we knew that we knew we were in dinosaur times already. We knew there were dinosaurs around us, and you still have people running from dinosaurs outside. Why? What's the point of that? Did they get inside your house? You expect me to believe that the only smart family in this movie was the main characters? I mean, literally at the end, they're looking for that one time portal and the Allosaurus attacks them at that point, right? They're looking for that, or they're out trying to find that time portal, and you still see in the background the Allosaurus is chasing people. There are people outside still. Why? Are you looking for food and water? I guess. Maybe I should just talk about the things I liked. I like the turtle-looking things. I thought those were cool. I like the designs of them a lot, and I liked how weird they were and how this is not something you'd expect to see in this movie. But that was really cool. I like the scene with the guys on the top of his house going slightly crazy, the control freak guy, and he's shooting a bunch of pterosaurs in the air. He's telling them to get out of there because it's his house. I thought that was ripped straight out of Ark Survival Evolved. I think, honestly, if this movie would have been an Ark movie, if at the end somebody was clawing at their arm, being like, "Oh my God, where am I?" and they had the little diamond thing at the end, and then revealed that it was all Ark Survival Evolved, I think I would have forgiven everything. I think it would have been the best movie ever. The moment before Ewan McGregor dies, Anne Hathaway shoots the Allosaurus in the face with a rifle, and then he hits it with a sledgehammer on its Achilles, and that's what topples it over. The rifle had no effect on it, and then he hits it with a sledgehammer slightly on its ankle, and I mean like really slightly, and it just topples over like a domino. Maybe that's scientific. It didn't feel like it though. It felt so ridiculous. It took me out of it immediately, and that's how he dies. He just immediately gets eaten after that. So yeah, by the end of it I was just tired of dinosaurs eating people, which shouldn't be. I should feel something when I see somebody get eaten by a dinosaur, right? I should feel suspense and terror. But the way they make it like a happy ending when probably half their neighborhood died is so weird. Because there's no way they got everybody out of there. And they're like, look at all the people we saved. Look at these heroes. And it's like, still like half the neighborhood died. I don't think you should be... It's so... What a weird movie. I don't know if I have anything else to say about it. I know dinosaur fans have a tendency to look at things like this and be like, well, you know, at least it's not Jurassic World, or at least we're getting some dinosaur movie. It's like, well, we shouldn't have to settle for scraps and for really just poorly made dinosaurs, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep going in circles if I keep talking about this. If you want to see if I can do better, I'm making a dinosaur show on this channel. If you subscribe, you can tell me if I did better when it actually comes out, or if I am just making all the same mistakes. I made a short film, Maneater, and it kind of shows what I'm trying to do. You can go look at that. And I do think, like I said, I don't know if I can do better. I don't know if I have done better already. I don't. I'm trying to. I think I might be able to if I do my best, right? And I want you guys to see it, and, you know, maybe there's somebody that'll make a video like this about the stuff I made one day. It's completely fine. I think it's justifiable. But yeah, End of Oak Street, I went in not expecting much, and I was still disappointed. And I think dinosaurs deserve better. I didn't like it. Okay, bye.